Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Cub Swanson versus Renato Moicano is official for UFC 227, and this is a great fight, featherweight fight, full-time family. Holy smokes, we know Cub Swanson just re-signed with the UFC. He's coming off of that loss to Brian Ortega, and Brian Ortega is also the only person to ever defeat Renato Moicano in his professional fighting career. Renato Moicano could be undefeated, but he was winning the fight with Cub Swanson. It was a really good fight. That's what made it a great fight. He was winning the fight. If you go to UFC.com, you look at the fight metrics, which is the case with a lot of Brian Ortega fights. He might be behind in the fight, but he's never out. He'll come through and get that late submission, third round submission, second round submission. He was able to, I believe, get the third round submission on Renato Moicano after losing them, maybe the first two rounds, or he was losing on the cards. But he got the finish, so he won the fight. Brian Ortega is now fighting for a title. But other than Brian Ortega, Renato Moicano's never lost. He's beat, I believe, he's got a win over Jeremy Stevens, and also most recently that win over Calvin Kattar at UFC 220, I believe. Was it? No, not UFC 220, because Calvin Kattar won at home at UFC 220 over Shane Burgos. I believe it was UFC 223, actually. Renato Moicano might have got that win over his most recent win over Calvin Kattar. So he's 4-1 in the UFC. Renato Moicano is. His only loss is that loss to Brian Ortega, but other than that, man, he could be fighting for a title potentially right now, and he's going to be fighting one of the veterans of the featherweight division, Cub Swanson, who usually wins every fight that's not the big fight, right? Whenever he's on the way up to a title fight, it seems, for Cub Swanson, like if he would have beat Brian Ortega, Cub Swanson could have been fighting for a title, but he just happened to lose that fight. But Cub Swanson's been around for a while, veteran of the game, and one of the best featherweights to ever do it as far as the UFC is concerned. So he's going to be taking on Renato Moicano. This is going to be a great fight. I honestly don't know who's going to win this fight off the top of my head, because if you look at Renato Moicano, I mean, you never do off the top of your head like who's going to win, but who's got the edge, who's going to be the favorite. This is just a great fight on paper right now, because if you look at Renato Moicano's his fight history in the UFC, in one of his closest wins, it was a split decision, and he was taken down 3 times, but he definitely outstruck his opponent. Cub Swanson's probably not going to be coming in here trying to out-wrestle Renato Moicano or out-grapple Renato Moicano, so maybe he's a very talented striker we don't know much about, and he's going to come in here and possibly, this is gonna be a striking exchange, it looks like so far. Neither one of these guys are known for their wrestling or their submissions. Both of them are talented strikers, so that's gonna make it a fun fight already. So I don't know who's gonna get the better of who right now. You probably lean toward Cub Swanson, right? He's at home. This is UFC 227 in LA. But, man, it's going to be a great fight. That's all I know. UFC 227 is going to be headlined by Cody Garbrandt, TJ Dillashaw, the rematch. There was talks of Nate Diaz versus GSP on this card. That fight's possibly not going to happen. It's probably not. Both sides have came out a little reluctant. GSP, as we just heard, Nate Diaz earlier. Luke Rockhold just got surgery on his leg. His fight versus Gustafsson possibly not happening at UFC 227. But I'm sure we're still going to see a lot of dope fights for UFC 227 in LA, in the Staples Center. And this is just one of them, man. If you don't know about Renato Moicano, I'm sure you know about Cub Swanson. And I'm telling you, don't sleep on Renato Moicano, man. He's going to come in here and be looking to really propel himself back into a potential rematch with a Brian Ortega or somebody else and get to a title shot himself. Cub Swanson's going to be looking to rebound from that loss to Brian Ortega. It's going to be a great fight. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out. And as always, thanks for checking out this video. If you want to join the notification gang, make sure you hit subscribe and also hit the bell next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. And if you want to help this channel reach its full potential, consider hitting the PayPal link in the description or going to patreon.com/fulltimemma and becoming a patron. I'm out.
This is #1 bullshit.